People get really upset with me. Because they feel nothing's private. And that is a big issue. Honestly, in the spirit world, nothing is private. Nothing. Do you not think that at the moment every single skeleton in your closet is known by actually thousands of people if they wanted to know? Every single spirit in this room knows every single skeleton in your closet. Right from the ones who are still practicing evil, right to the ones who are celestial and are in a state of love. They all know your skeleton.
They say that all skeletons always come out of the closet.
Of course they do, because all of these spirits know them. And of course at some point they're going to try and tell someone else them, right? And particularly if they're manipulative or controlling, rather than helping you deal with their emotion, they'll tell someone else them. So why do you want to protect all your skeletons in your closet? Because of an unresolved emotion that you don't want to feel. That's all. That's all it is.
Where's the free will there, though? If they go and tell somebody else, where's the free will for this person?
The free will is I'm allowed to feel an emotion in you, and I'm allowed to go and tell this person over here. You realise that, Carol's got this emotion where she over-nurtures people.
I call it
And Carol totally...
She's got free will.
She's totally in denial about it. I'm allowed to say those things. I have free will, don't I? I'm allowed to say those things. I've got to look sincerely at why I'm saying those things to Klaus. Like what's my purpose there? Now, if my purpose is to help him through a personal truth, then that's a loving purpose. Here's a good example. Here, talk to this lady. She's feeling the same feeling you're feeling. You might be able to connect or whatever, you see? If that's my purpose. If my purpose is just to make you feel bad, then straight away my intention has broken a law of God anyway. And straight away there's a law of compensation effect on my soul if my intention was bad. So look at your intention of doing it. What's your intention? But in the end, yes, actually every single thing in your soul, every single thing you have done, every single thing you're ashamed of, there are literally hundreds of people who know about it. And when you pass in the spirit, this is one very confronting issue that most people have when they pass. They realise, hang on a sec, all my emotions are naked. And every single thing I've ever done is naked to every single person around me. You imagine that? If you've got issues of shame, what's going to come up straight away? Lots of shame. Why not do it now? Get over that now. Get into this space now where you're totally open, totally free, totally able to be yourself without reservation, totally able to talk about anything you want, right? Without being worried or having to worry about what other people are thinking or feeling about it all. Why not get into that space now? When you pass, you're going to breeze through it. You're just going to breeze through it. This is breeze. This is fantastic. I don't have to work anymore. I don't have to, you do work at a different time, but I don't have to, make meals anymore. I don't have to care for this anymore. And I've got this total freedom. And not only that, all of these emotions are gone from me, and I just feel fantastic. Why not be in that place now?
That brings up in me a deep feeling of gratitude for you, that the information that you're taking the time to share, me personally and with us as a group, allows me to take the time to not avoid that shame. You were just talking about that particular issue, although that really deeply affected me.
Yeah.
But I'm saying thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I get a chance now to resolve my stuff. There's time to resolve my stuff.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of all of this. If you're brave enough to do all of this now, you're just going to have a free existence now. Very shortly in this life, physical life, imagine that, just having a free existence even now. And then when you pass, not having to deal with all this crap the majority of people have to deal with when they pass. When Karen's finished typing the post-mortem journal, right, we'll send it out, because the first 6 or 7 chapters in that, he's just, Lawrence of Arabia is just dealing with one emotion after another emotion after another emotion after another emotion. And he's just constantly overwhelmed by this process of emotional awakening. And you won't have to experience any of that because you've already experienced it now. And you'll be in this space where you're already emotionally awakened. And it's a beautiful space to live in. You don't have to feel. You don't have to feel constrained by anything. The truth is just freedom. It's beautiful.
When you read what he wrote in the journal, though, what I couldn't help feeling was, I mean, he had no concept of the divine love path.
No.
And the tiny amounts of gain that he made over years and years of effort,
Yep.
you think, wow, how fortunate to actually
To know
know
these.
about that
Yeah.
before you ever get into
Yeah.
those levels where, you know, just the tiniest improvement in his consciousness took him so much effort and so much pain, and he wasn't even within the universe of knowing about divine love
No.
or anything like that.
No, that's right. So it's really beautiful to know these secrets, really, right? Because they don't have to be secrets anymore. They're never God's purpose for these to be secrets. But they have become secrets because everyone wants to stay away from truth. Right? So if you come to love truth, what happens is that all of these emotions will just flow. You'll get into this state of bliss. Eventually you'll get into a state of one with God. It might take a few years. It might take next 5 years of your life dealing with emotions. In that process, you're expanding your soul. You're getting to know yourself. You're getting to know everyone around you truthfully. Everyone around you, every single interaction becomes truthful. Every single interaction, there's no lying that's going on. There's no disharmony going on. And then as that building and building, you get into the state of one where now you're in bliss, and everyone around you will notice you're in bliss. And they'll say, what do you got that I haven't got? Right? And they'll just be attracted to you because of that thing that has now entered you to the point of the one with God. And they'll be just drawn to you because of that. Right? That's what's ahead of all of you. This beautiful place of truth and love is ahead of you if you're brave enough to confront the emotions that are involved with accepting truth, and accepting God's truth.